Welcome. Yes, it's an early morning, and I'm here with you, excited to be here with you today. I've got 3 hours coming up. We've got some really cool electronics coming up in our first couple of hours, and then we're going to do some other stuff after that. Got some great solutions for you for home solutions right after that. But anyway, come on over and join me. We're going to get you going right off the bat. I don't know if you are in the market or need a new printer, but we've got a fabulous offer on a brand new brother for you. It's an inkjet all-in-one printer, which means it does it all. It'll do your regular prints. It'll do your photos. It's like having a little photo kiosk in your home, but it's also a full-out copier, scanner, fax machine, does everything for you. And I love the size of this. It is a very small footprint, very compact, and it will do everything. And what's really cool too is you get all the inks that you need, you know, your color and your black ink, but they even give you a backup black ink because that's always the one that you run out of first. This is gonna enable you to do pretty much everything. And obviously you can do the wireless printing, so you can print from anywhere in the world, come home and your photos will be ready for you sitting there. It has an auto document feeder. We'll get into all that. Super fast speed, up to about 12 pages per minute. It'll print on both sides. You've got a 100 sheet capacity tray inside, which is great, because I know the one I have only has 50, and it's a pain. You got to load it up all the time. So you have a nice big tray. But honestly, look at the size of this, and look at our price. It's only $79.95 for a fall price, and it is on FlexPay for $20. And my friend Julie Truster's here. Hi, Jules.
Hi.
Jules, you and I are working a lot together.
I know we are.
I love that.
I was going to say, I love that too.
Well, you know what? And we have similar situations. You know, we similar needs. Business people need all kinds of stuff. You can't really say enough about having a good printer at your house, because now the way they print out, it's like having a photo kiosk, so you can print these great prints out. But if you do your work out of home, having that document feeder, oh my gosh, that's so helpful. But lots of different bells and whistles.
Yes, I feel like in this price range, to be able to get everything with a small footprint is really hard to find.
It is.
So I want to show you, first of all, the quality. So Kai was mentioning that for your photo kiosks. Okay, this is an 8.5 by 11. Now the difference is this is 6,000 DPIs. So I just want to show you a couple photos here. That's about double the standard. So, you know, kind of how we measure TVs with high definition 4K.
That looks like real cupcakes right there.
I know. How good does that look this morning? But borderless edge to edge. This is your 8.5 by 11. So you can see the gorgeous quality right here. It's about double the standard of what a regular printer is at 6,000 DPI. So that's a big deal. But this is loaded. So it's your all-in-one. It will do all of your basics: print, copy, scan, and fax. It has all the wireless features, so you can print from your smartphone. You can print from your tablet. It doesn't matter if it's Apple or Android. So we're going to start with that demonstration. So, okay, I'm going to take a picture of Guy. We're all taking pictures on our cell phone, and now you can print them out with your own printer, and you don't have to either send out for them or go to the drugstore.
Which is great. I never go to the drugstore anymore. I used to do that all the time with my little film things and little cards and stuff. I'm like, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that anymore.
All right, take a nice picture.
So I'm going to take a picture, and I'm in the app, by the way. So the app is easy. It's free. Download the app because the app is really easy to use. Very simple. There it is. You press print. So you can print out a 4x6. And while that one's printing, this is the Wi-Fi, by the way. And notice how there's no wires. You can have this in your kitchen. You can be upstairs and print to it, so you can be anywhere in your house, which is nice.
It just kicked in. You can hear it starting.
Yep, exactly. So while this is going on, I'm going to go down here and show you everything that we have going on. So as I was saying, this does all of your basics: print, copy, scan, and even it has the fax on it. You can print your photos. It's got the duplexer. That means it prints on both sides, and it also has an automatic document feeder. So it's loaded, but you can also do fun things. So we're kind of promoting a little bit to tomorrow, which is craft day.
Oh man, if you're a crafter, this is the crafter's printer.
Absolutely.
You can do a lot of stuff.
So think about it. The photo quality, if you want to put, this is a 12 by 12 photo page right here. If you want to use your photos, you can actually craft with this printer. So it has all those advanced features. If you like to craft, or if you want to put them in a picture frame, you can do that. A couple other things that we made, a lot of fun things you can do. You can make your own cards. So the nice thing about Brother, by the way, Brother has been in business for over 100 years. Yes, a long time. They have this great creative website that has templates like this, so you can make your own greeting cards. Tomorrow we're gonna have that little ribbon maker, so you can add little touches of the ribbon on it. Fun things you can do. But let's talk about that 6,000 DPIs, and I wanna show you the difference, how it resonates. We're gonna show you a little before and after. So let's say you print out this photo. This looks nice. The hot dogs look good. It looks good enough, right? Until you compare it to what 6,000.
That's ridiculous.
Look at the difference right there. And you really don't know until you see it side by side. Look at the
That's a really
color.
good point, Julie. You wouldn't know unless you saw. Like, you would think that the one up front that you see there would be fine.
This
like, you'd be like,
looks fine,
that's good.
right? You wouldn't know the difference.
But you know, look at it. I mean, if that's a tomato, it kind of doesn't really look like a tomato. But then when you look at,
because that's a pepper.
Is that a pepper?
It
or
looks
a tomato?
like, yeah, you know what? It looks like a tomato in here until you actually, now look at the pepper.
Yeah, you realize that's a red pepper.
It pops off the page. And look at the green, the different in the green color.
Well, even
you
the
can
mustard.
See, I know, look at the
I'm
mustard.
so ready for a hot dog.
Look how good that looks. So this is 6,000 DPI.
Joe, you
so
want a hot dog?
You can
Julie's
make,
got a tray of hot dogs.
I got
right
a
there.
tray of hot dogs. Come on over and eat our hot dogs.
Let's fake out Joe.
Exactly.
Joe's coming up, everybody.
If you want to print out your photos, the resolution is amazing. Now, what we're doing on this one right here, live, we're doing what they call the duplex printing. So if you want to make your flyers and brochures, again, with that high dots per inch, you're going to get flyers, brochures. You can, if you have a home office, you can make these double-sided prints and save 50% on your paper cost at the same time. So what we're doing, you can set it to make, you can see it's print after print, after print, same color, quality, same resolution. Everything about the printer is simple and easy. And I want you to see the nice small footprint. You can see it's coming out, there it is. It's nice and quick, and it pulls it back in. It automatically flips it over.
Really?
And that's
that
called,
is so cool.
Yeah, that's called the duplexer. And look how small it is right here.
Save you money on paper.
Exactly.
That's for sure. 50%. Well, you know, if you're doing, when you're doing stuff like that, though, normal stuff is printed on both sides. You know, when you get stuff, folders, pamphlets, whatever it is, it's not just one-sided printing. So, is my picture done already?
It's done. What? And I want to show you. Okay, so this has all the wireless features. So I just took a picture live,
Man, I look
printed
fantastic,
it out.
Don't I? Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Oh my gosh. Guy, can we go to top to bottom so I can show you everything that comes with it? Okay, so this is what I love. And I want you to know too, in this price range, to be able to get the automatic document feeder is huge. This is a huge time saver right here.
Yeah, mine doesn't have this either. You see, and it drives me nuts because I got to go sheet by sheet.
Oh, that's painful.
It's a pain in the neck.
Once you have this, you'll never ever be able to live without it. Guy, it's time to upgrade.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you can put up to 20 sheets in here. So maybe your tax forms. And the nice thing about this, you press print and then you move on. Otherwise, you have to do what Guy's talking about. You got to lift and wait, lift and wait. So this is nice. It also folds flat. So in your home office, if you want to put papers on top, you can do that too. Okay, down here, I want you to see it folds. It's a perfect cube right here. It's nice and small and compact. But if you're in, see how small it folds flat right here. You can put it right up against the edge of the counter. But this right here, it's got that 1.8 inch screen right here, a color screen so you can see everything that you're doing.
It's got a nice full keyboard like with all your stuff.
And buttons.
Yeah.
Don't you miss buttons?
I totally miss buttons, yeah.
Okay, so when you press fax, it's very simple.
I don't have virtual buttons. I've had enough of that. It's nice to have a button.
It's nice to have buttons. So when you press, there's scan, it tells you your scan. Let's go, or was that fax? That's fax. There we go. It tells you to enter the number. You can go to your scan. You can go to your copy. You can select your paper type. Everything is very simple to use. And this right here, see how this moves? So you can angle it to where you can view it a little bit easier. Your paper tray, I'm gonna pull everything out so you can see it, nice large capacity. It holds up to 100 sheets. So awesome. You can also put your 4x6s in here, your photo paper, your footprint. Now, Guy, one thing I totally love about this, okay, a lot of times when you check ink, you gotta lift everything up. With this, watch this right here. You don't have to open it up. You pop it open, and there's your inks. You get your individual ink tanks right here.
That just sold it out. That was it for me.
How awesome is that? That's
well, because you got
like
with what I have now, you have to open the whole machine, and you have to do a bunch of different weird things. Hey, let me remind everybody too that this has already been really popular. In fact, we don't even know if it's going to make the clock because there's only 100. There's about 100 remaining.
Oh my gosh!
At this price, the price will go back up when we reorder. I see 99 left. That's all we have. So at $19.99, you'll get it home. I mean, for heaven's sake, you probably pay $60 for ink cartridges, okay, guys? And we're giving you a full set of ink cartridges, not only a black, but a backup black, okay, which you'll need because you go through black, usually you go through those pretty quickly because you use black on all your text, so it goes by very quick. So you're going to get doubled up on the cartridges. I would imagine that the ink alone is probably worth the price of the printer.
Yeah.
Because I know that my printer cartridge for mine, my cartridges, it's about $70. $69.
Yeah.
I know what it is. And plus I have to drive there. So, you know, this is all going to be delivered to your house. So for the price of ink, you can get a brand new printer. Kyle just said now we have 80 left. So this is going to obviously, it's going to sell out pretty quickly. At only $20 to get it home, why not give it a shot? I don't know when the last time you upgraded your printer. You know what's funny about printers is for me, a lot of times it's like mattresses. Like you think it's okay just because whatever until you get a new one. And then you're like, holy crap, this is so much better than what I have. And I'm glad you teased to the crafting day tomorrow because this is not just something that's gonna copy stuff for you, okay? You know, remember the old days they called them copiers because that's what they did. This does everything. This is a full out photo kiosk. So if you love to take pictures, if you got kids and grandkids and you wanna save money, because for pennies you can get prints out of this versus going and spend $2 and $3 on prints when you have to go to the store. And you can do the great big jumbo prints too.
Yeah, like these.
I mean, look at, and I mean, beautiful stuff. Get yourself some photo paper and oh my gosh.
Oh, you can go to town. Here's another one I want you to see right here. If you look at this, you think, oh, okay, that looks fine until, okay, so this is with another printer. Okay, with the DPIs, with this brother, it's 6,000 dots per inch, so it's like high definition. Look at the yellows. I mean, which cupcake would you rather eat? I wanna eat the bright one. This looks a little dull and dingy. So if you really wanna bring those your prints to life, this is a great printer. It's easy, it's simple to use. Those are just the cupcakes. Let me show you another thing. Remember all the Wi-Fi demos right here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, scanning. If you just use this for scanning, it's worth it because it scans at double the resolution at 2,400 dots per inch. So maybe it's your Christmas photos or whatever you want to scan and put on Facebook or Instagram. You can do that. A full flatbed scanner. And look at this. No computers out here. This is the app, and we highly recommend downloading the Brother app because it's simple to use. Look at this. The big buttons up here, and you press scan. By the way, you can do this on Apple or Android, and it scans immediately.
Julie, there's only about 60 left. I just wanted to update everybody so you know.
And no computers out here, so you scan. If you've got students, okay, this is great to take to college, great for high school. My kids can use this. You press the button, and they're all on their phones. You can work from your phone without even being on your computer. And yes, you can print from your laptop, your computer, your phone, your tablet.
And you can be anywhere. Like, I mean, you can be in California and you can get your print. You live in Connecticut, your prints will be there when you get home.
Exactly. Now look how quick this was. I was talking and it had already done it. So this is it just scanned an 8.5.
You scanned from the printer right into your phone?
Back to my phone.
Yeah.
How cool is that? And now you can upload it, put it on Facebook, save it, or you could just print it out even if you want to.
See, and I don't think people don't realize what the new printers can do. You know, and I think that's the issue. If you have a printer that's like 4 or 5 years old, it probably doesn't have the e-print. You probably have to put something in there to print it. It may have an SD slot, maybe. But then that's all the only way that you can print. You actually have to go up to the machine and put something in. Whereas if you own this, your phone can send pictures to it. It's got its own little like web address. Your phones can just send pictures right to it.
Yes.
And when you get home, the tray is full of pictures. So you can do that, and you can do all kinds of sizes. You know, if you went to like a print store or a print shop or the drugstore, they charge you like $6 or $7 for one of these, something that big.
Exactly, and you can print it out at home. It just takes seconds. So here it is, brand new. It's the Brother. We're so excited to be here. Brother's been in business for over 100 years. Look how nice and compact it is. I love that it's a perfect cube. So it lays flush if you want to put it, you know, in your kitchen or in your home office, in your kids' room. Everyone can print to this. There's the app. Download the app. And yes, it prints on both sides. That's called a duplexer, which saves 50% on your paper costs. Now, Guy, I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
Because what we've been doing over here is making a copy.
We got about 40 left.
Okay.
With the folks online.
I want you to
I'm not letting go of my picture that you took of me.
Okay, so what we did here, magazines are known for having the highest quality print. So this is a little tear sheet from a magazine. Can you hold this, guy?
Yes, Jules.
You hold that. Okay, we over here are making print after print. I want you to see the exact color of this blue. See this pretty blue-green color? Look how pretty. This is the copy.
Yours looks better,
actually. I know it looks a little bit better, but you can see the color is the same, and that's the benefit of having the 6,000 dots per inch. So for your photos to craft with them, you're gonna go to town. You're gonna print them out, make your scrapbooking.
All right, Kyle says this will sell out. If you would like to order it though, you still can. Like I said, I got about 3 dozen or so hard quantity left. But honestly, if you can remember the last time you got a new printer, then it's probably time to get a new printer because this is gonna give you lots of great extra features. Hey, all of our products come with a great protection plan, but if you'd like a little bit more, a lot of people do, they like a little over and above. I did it with my washer and dryer. You know, I like to get the extra protection on all that stuff. But anyway, in addition to all the wonderful stuff, and by the way, you know, you get lifetime of technical support with that printer as well. But if you want a little extra protection, I'm talking about 24/7, no deductibles, and hassle-free service, go to our Protection Plus powered by SquareTrade. It's a great deal. Gives you a little extra peace of mind. Hey, you know what? Speaking of peace of mind, do you feel safe and secure in your house right now? Or do you need a security system? Because if you need one, boy, do I got one. It's a 3-pack of Arlo. And this is the upgraded Arlo that has the 2-way talk. So you can actually communicate to and fro from the cameras. You get 3 of these. And oh, these are these the rechargeable ones? Oh my gosh, those are the ones with the rechargeable batteries. Whoa,
and a 2-way talk.
And 2-way talk. So you get 3 of these, and these are also indoor-outdoor cameras, so you can put these out in the rain, sleet, snow, don't worry about it. And then if somebody breaks into your property or goes on your property, look at your phone. You'll get instant motion notifications. And to me, it's an amazing, amazing system. So, and look at the price, $399, not $579. So. I know you love that Arlo too, don't you?
I love Arlo.
All right, so let's go to another problem people have. So some people have problems with their printer. My printer's a piece of junk, piece of crap, I want to get a new one, so we gave them that.
Yep.
Now, if you are one of those people that live in your house and you have issues with your signal, your Wi-Fi signal, whatever it is, you know, we all have a little thing called a router, you know, connects to the modem, and that's what actually helps you to get the signal from point A to point B all over your house. The problem is, that little router that you get from the cable company, speaking of pieces of crap, it is, sorry, I said crap twice already and it's early. I'm not used to being here this early, so I just let it out.
Who knows
but
what you're gonna say.
And this comes from the cable guy who told me, he goes, the router you get is really just a very basic router. It doesn't, you know, it's not, it's okay, it'll help, it'll get, anything that's close to it will work. But if you've got multi-levels in your house or if you have things spread around, you need to get a better router. And I know a lot of you out there have invested in other routers and even those weren't good enough. This is from Netgear. This is what these guys do, is they create things to make signals more strong and give you information. This router is a killer router. This is our AC1900, the most powerful router that we have. And if you have a computer, if you are a gamer, if you stream, if you have a smartphone, if anything that's connected and you want super fast, the best quality connection, you need this Nighthawk router. This has what they call beamforming technology. And we'll explain how that works, but it goes way above and beyond what a regular router does. First of all, if your router doesn't even have these little antennas, which by the way, you can move into different directions, you can move them up and down, side to side. Well, how are you getting your signal out there? It's just coming out of the box? You need to have these, and this has 3 built-in antennas to reach all over your house. It is $20 off today. It's $27.99. This is one of those items you need to try for 30 days because when you see the difference, oh my gosh, I don't have to walk all around my house to get my phone to work. Look at how I don't have to wait so long for my computer to come to life.
Or my things are downloading quicker now.
Everything's faster when you get this. It's a little bit of an investment, but I'll tell you, when you think about as much as you use your devices at home, I think it's worth it.
Yes, and this is also Netgear's number one seller. And I mean, this is what they do.
Well, I bought this as soon as, because I think it was either, I don't know if it was Joe or Justin, somebody was here with it, and I was like, I gotta get this thing, because I have to literally like be in a certain section of my house for things to work.
Yes, exactly. And the issue is now we have so many devices. We have our phones, we have our tablets. I mean, in our house, we've got 4 phones, we've got computers, we have laptops, we have the Arlo system. we have, I think we counted, we have 25 devices. Count the devices in your house. So the two problems, older technology that's not able to keep up with the demand, and now we have all these devices and they just drain the Wi-Fi. So if you get frustrated, my son was always frustrated when he was gaming because there would be a lag. And you know those video games need to be quick and fast. Or maybe you're trying to download Netflix and you see the little ball spinning. This is Netgear's #1 and it's super fast. So it's got beamforming technology. And the way that that works is these signals right here send a direct signal to your devices. You're getting the 3 antennas right there. So it doesn't matter where you are in your house. It doesn't matter if you're upstairs and your router is downstairs. You get a stronger signal. There's more coverage. You have a better connection, and it sends the signal directly to your devices. So the old way, it used to be in a circular motion where it would circle. So it's more efficient now with the beamforming to send it directly to your devices. It's also the #1 seller in the retailers right now. It's also at a great price. So think about it, go through your house, count the devices of how many things you have. Because a lot of times people will blame, oh, I need to get a new phone. My son kept saying, I need to get a new PS, whatever it is, because it's not, the new Xbox. It's not your devices. Chances are it's your router, time to upgrade your router. Now you're all paying a certain amount to the cable company for a certain amount of your data or whatever. You wanna get what you pay for. And it doesn't matter how many devices you have. This is like having a router in every single room. It's smarter, it's more efficient. You can see with that beamforming, it goes directly to your devices. And you've got the 3 antennas that you can angle around. Setup is super easy. It even, this is really cool, Guy, it even has an app.
You unplug the old router and plug this in.
Exactly, you plug it right in, yep. And it's called the Nighthawk. I wanna show you on the app. So when you get it home, because you can actually do a speed test. Have you done that?
That's the best part about it. Is that you can actually see what your signal strength is on your phone.
Yes.
And when you look at it, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. And when you realize what you had before, which was probably, you know, nothing.
Yeah.
With your little router that the cable company gets you.
Yeah, and then when the cable company guys come out, they do a speed test.
Yeah.
Well, now you can do your own. And what we say to do is, when you install it, do the speed test right next to where it is, and then go to the other end of your house. It doesn't matter how far away you are, and then run it again. So let me show you on the app what the speed test looks like. And I love having the app, so you can do this. You don't have to rely on a cable company to do this. So it says internet speed right here, and what you want to do, connect it first, obviously, and then I think there we go. And then run the speed test. Now we're all paying for a certain amount of data. We're all paying for a certain amount. You want to get what you're paying for. If your router isn't good enough to keep up with it, then that's why you have the slow Wi-Fi, the lags. That's why it buffers. That's where the dead zones are. So what this is doing is it's measuring your uploading and your downloading speed, and then compare it to what you're paying for through your cable company. And like we said, you wanna be able to have something that's up to date, that's relevant to get what you're paying for. So there it is right there. And you can see it's still kind of going. That's the uploading and downloading, and then compare it to what you're paying for. You can do this now with the app. Also, it has all the safety devices built in. There we go, there we're done. It's that quick. And then go to the other end of your house and do the same thing.
And do the same test, so you can test out the strength. This, by the way, you can see it. You've got free backup software. It supports Apple. I mean, anything that you've got out there, it's going to work for. But it's that technology of the beamforming, and that's the key that the other, little cheapo routers don't have. That develops that and forms that connection with all those different devices. So let me give you an example. Like my router is in the spare bedroom. In the back, right? Because that's where the cable hookup was and all that stuff. So, but Danny's room is on the other side of the house, and so every once in a while he'll be like, "Dad, is the Wi-Fi up? Is there something wrong with the Wi-Fi? Is there something wrong with the Wi-Fi?" And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "I'm not getting anything in here." And so I'll have to actually go into the spare room and move the router or put it up on a try to shift it around, because it doesn't have that direct line of connection like it does with the beamforming from the Nighthawk. As I said before, I know it's it's a little bit of money, $139, but when you think about how often you use it, you should get a better router. And a lot of people you're renting that router anywhere from the cable company.
Exactly.
It's part of your rental of, of everything else.
You're paying for something.
When you get your cable box and all that, you're paying for that. That's all included. So, and you're paying for it every single month. So why not just get this? Get rid of their router, give it back to them, whatever it is. Say, hey, stop charging me for this, and get one that's really decent. It could make all the difference in your house.
Definitely.
Especially a lot of people who have block houses and have, depends on the construction of your house, where your house is located.
Yes.
All those
where the router
is. There's a lot of different things that can get in the way of that signal.
And you don't have to worry about that. With
older houses sometimes don't get great. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah, we have the plaster walls, and I know we have certain rooms. Now with this, it doesn't matter how many rooms you have. This is like having a router in every single room. Well, let's talk about some of the problems, because we're all adding devices. Everything is becoming Wi-Fi enabled. Maybe you even have Alexa. I didn't think we had that many. I didn't think we were a smart home until I counted our devices. So here are just some of the things. Okay, we know our cell phones, maybe our tablets, our computers. How many tablets do you have in your house? Here's all the different phones that we have. The Alexas, all of those are. Maybe you have an alarm clock. Maybe you have smart light bulbs. All your smart cameras right here, they run off of Wi-Fi. Your Arlo systems. In fact, people will say, oh, my Arlo doesn't work. I put it outside. Well, chances are, it's not your Arlo, it's your Wi-Fi. You need a better router.
Yep.
So over here, so these are just some of the things that can drain it. Well, now it doesn't matter how many devices you have, because you've got the power here. So let me show you right here. This is your modem. So everybody has a modem. And then on the back, what you wanna do, this is how easy it is to connect it.
This is the larger black box that they give you.
Exactly.
And then they give
this
you a
comes from your
one,
cable company.
Right.
And then what you wanna do is there's a yellow, right here, I'm working backwards. There it is, over there, yellow. Connect the two together, hook it up, download the app if you want to do your own speed test. And then, like I said, do your speed test by your router, and then go to the other end of your house, or go to that, the far end, or Danny's room, and then check it in. Exactly, and then now you can put it in your control, and you can do it yourself and test that power.
Yep.
Everything is password protected as far as safety. Another feature I love, okay, Danny's friends come over, my kids' friends come over. If you have guests, this has its own guest Wi-Fi. It has its own guest Wi-Fi password. So when you come over, you don't have to give people your own password, which I love that. And that's right on the app right there. Very easy to use.
All right, so let me update you. So $27.99 is all this will cost you if you want to get it home. You want to try it out for 30 days. You can try it out, download the app. That only takes a minute. And then set it up, and then check and see what your progress is, and see if you're actually getting what you're paying for from the cable company. Because what Julie said, a lot of people, they don't even look at that stuff. But if you take the time to do it, you'll be able to understand why your signal's not so strong. And then, you have choices of either calling your cable company and saying, why isn't it so strong? And they'll say, well, this is the best you can do with the equipment we have. And then you can install your own router, and then you can see how great it is. And by the way, you get 24/7 US-based customer support when you buy this. So if you have any questions that we haven't been able to answer for you when you get it home, you can, and while you're using it, like in other words, you're having issues with the app or whatever, you don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
They will guide you through everything. They'll show you how to hook it up. They'll show you where to put it, how to position the antennas.
Exactly.
They'll ask you where your devices are, because you can take active, sort of proactive control with how this sends and receives the signal. Because you've got the little antennae up here, you can move them, and they move side to side and back and forth, because they realize that's how a house is built.
Right.
A house goes up and down and backwards and forwards, whereas your other router pretty much just sits in one little place, and it hopes that it reaches everything. This is a way to not only improve the connection of all your devices. If you like to stream, it's fantastic. If you like to stream things,
gaming,
if you're
uploading.
a gamer, let me tell you, and my son has Xbox One. You get this, it's going to change everything. It's just going to make it so much more. It'll just be uninterrupted, and you'll get a great signal. And because that's frustrating, when you're trying to do stuff, and even if you're on your computer and you're literally,
it's so frustrating.
You're 30 feet away from the router, and you're like, what is going on here? So then you walk in there and you think, okay, did somebody put a suitcase in front of it? Did somebody did Danny go in there and throw a towel over it? Why is this little router not working? It's because it's a little cheap router.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's if you're a cable company and you have to give away 1 million of these things or install them, then that's why you build a cheap one.
Exactly.
Because you build one that just gets by.
Right,
and
exactly.
People are usually okay with that.
And remember, the beam forming is what differentiates this from the others. It goes directly, these right here, go directly to your devices instead of a circular motion right there. So to your phones, to your laptops, to whether you're gaming, streaming, uploading, downloading, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many devices you have. You can see right there how it goes directly to the devices. It's like having a router in every single room. It doesn't matter the layout of your house.
It's like if you were driving your car around and somebody told you, hey, listen, for $100, I will give you lifetime better gas mileage in your car, right?
Sign me up.
Sign me up. I mean, you will get, an extra 5-10 miles a gallon for every tank full. You'll get an extra 5. You would do that in a second because you know you'll save it quick. This is going to save you the frustration.
Yeah.
And that kind of like, oh, this is so frustrating. Or when your kids are like, Ma, Dad, what's wrong with this? Or maybe you run a business out of your house and you have a lot of different electronics or computers or setups or printers, things like that, whatever. And you're not getting that Wi-Fi signal because your router is a piece of junk.
Frustrating.
Then try this, $27.99. The shipping, by the way, is free today, so you can get this home for free. It's a great deal. If you don't like it, send it back. Remember, we give you the self-addressed return label. If it doesn't work for you, then we don't want you to have it. Julie, nice job.
Yeah, it was fun working with you.
Got? Or I got you later?
We'll be together later.
You and I are back together.
Yes.
All right.
Later.
So you can just don't go far, Julie. All right, everybody. Hey, I want to remind you, Protection Plus, again, available for you. So everything comes with a wonderful warranty, but a lot of people like more than that. It makes you feel good. Well, there you go. It's hassle-free protection. It's got 24/7 customer service and no deductibles. That's available at hsn.com. Hey, by the way, right now at hsn.com, it's our Best in Beauty Week. You can go to the source for our latest exclusive beauty finds. Today's deals include this makeup kit. Love this. Perfect for sharing with your best friend. Comes with a special edition heart-shaped case. It's got sponges and cleansers. You just soak it in water, squeeze out the excess. It expands so makeup sits on it, doesn't soak into it. So you use less product and save money. Use it with everything from foundations to powders. And to clean it, you just pop it in with the included cleanser right there, and you're good to go. If you would like to grab this, we have this and so many other great options for you and great deals. All you need to do is go to hsn.com and search the Best in Beauty Week. And this and so many other things will be available for you to get yourself in tip-top shape for the fall. So enjoy that. Okay. We don't very often get to present you with Apple products. We love our Apple products, but we just don't get, first of all, we don't get a lot of deals on them. Apple usually doesn't discount for anybody because they don't have to.
They never do.
It's a great product. By the way, this is my very good friend, Joe. You may have heard of me talking about Joe. This is actually Joe. Joe is here with us today. And your lovely wife is here with you today, too.
She is.
She's coming up a little bit later. Nicole will be on. But Joe, as I was saying, with Apple products, Apple doesn't discount. They're one of those retailers that doesn't have to. The product is such a great product. You all know. I'm not telling you anything you don't have. I have a MacBook Pro. I've had my MacBook Pro for, 6 years. I love it. It's crazy. I never have to babysit it, no virus, none of that stuff. I love it. I paid about $1,300 for mine. This is discounted from $11.99 to $10.99. I know that may not sound like a big deal to you, but it is to us because Apple does not discount very often, so we have it on price break. Hey, Kyle, I think, if I'm not wrong, this is also on VIP financing, correct? For 9 months? And that would be, I think, $122. Is that what it is? About $122 a month. So if you have an HSN credit card, you don't have to pay. Thank you, Kyle. You don't have to pay the $183. You get it for $122. So we're going to give you a payment plan to own a MacBook as well. And I know you've all wanted one. It's a customer. How could it not be a customer pick? It's always reviewed on every website in the 5-star range because it is a MacBook and you have that incredible display, and of course you have the backlit keyboard, which is my favorite thing of all time, so I can use it at night. But anyway, I have a limited number of these to go around. The item number is 612614, and again, for as little as $122 a month, for 9 months you pay it off and you own it and you'll have it for years and years and years. Joe Harrison, welcome.
Good morning.
To the show. We got a couple Apple products today, don't we?
We do have a couple of great.
We got an iPad iPad coming up later.
Yes, and the great thing about if you've ever had an Apple product, if you've had an iPhone, you've had an iPad, Apple designed the ecosystem here to be very similar to that. Same apps that you're using on your phone, same apps that you're using on your iPad. If you're using Messages, FaceTime, all that stuff is right here. It's the same. And Guy mentioned he's got a MacBook Pro, but this is the MacBook Air. This is the one that I prefer, and really most people prefer, because when you look at it, it is sliver thin. Like when I talk about how thin this is, it's almost like razor blade sharp on the edges on there. Look how thin that profile is. This computer only weighs 2.9 pounds. And this has a 12-hour battery. It is incredible when you see the power and the performance that you get at a sliver thin computer. And it's all that metal housing. And by the way, the Apple on the backside is illuminated too. It looks white on your screen, but it's really cool. Like when you're walking around and you're like, ooh, I got the MacBook. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, you've got that one. This is the Air version, the one that everybody wants. But what's on the inside, which makes it this powerful, is it's an Intel processor. So Apple creates an amazing chassis, but it's Intel on the inside that you've been familiar with for years. It's the #1 processor on the planet, and this is the i5 series, the most powerful processor I've ever offered on any computer. And when you step up to the i5 series, you add something called HD graphics, which gives you that really high definition vision when you're watching your Netflix, looking at your photos, using the webcam. It even turns on faster because it has rapid start technology. It even has something called hyper threading, where virtually turns your 2 cores into 4 cores. All of this technology is designed to make a better experience for you. It turns on faster for you. Facebook is now faster for you. Downloading photos becomes faster for you. The reason why is they've created new technology that Intel only has in their i5 series. So whether you're playing games like Candy Crush or watching a 4K video on YouTube, you want it to be instant. That's what this can deliver. But I love the fact that, I'm gonna jump into my system here. When you have an i5 processor, it really is so advanced that you don't have to worry, can my computer handle it? Oh, it absolutely can handle any of your daily tasks. And I love the way Apple has set up the whole ecosystem. The apps are very easy to use because if you've used an iPhone, you've used an iPad before, it's very similar to that. I'm gonna go over here to what they call the Launchpad, and look at all these apps. Oh, there's FaceTime, that's the same, exactly what it looks like on my phone. There's Safari, that's how you access the internet. I can access my email, there are all my photos, it finds all your photos. iMovie is an incredible way to be able to do it. Now, to make your movies, if you want to be able to do your word processing, that's where Pages comes in. Numbers comes in for your spreadsheets. Keynote is already installed as well. Plus, you even have Siri that's on here. So if you've ever talked to your phone, what's the weather today? That's the exact same Siri that I have on my phone. It's already built into my MacBook. And the thing is, when I start typing my messages, like when I bring up my messages, I'm not logged onto this one, but when you log into your messages, all your messages from your phone now show up on your computer. And this is a really cool program. I love this. This is Photo that I've got here. Let me go ahead and go full screen. So a lot of times you go on vacation. You know, I just took a summer vacation with my family. We went on a cruise, and it's a shocker. We love going on cruises. And as you're seeing this, my wife, and as you're seeing this, my daughter, it goes from picture to picture to picture, but that's kind of bland. Like all slideshows do that. So now, Guy, when I get out of this, watch what I could do over here. I have these different, let me come over here and select the different type of panels. Ooh, I think I like this one the best. So now when I select that, it changes it up and now adds like a little slow and a fade, and it wipes from side to side on the screen there. Really changes it. All I have to do is just click on the button and it automatically makes those adjustments for me. This is by far one of my favorite ones. Like you might not be a photo editor, but it took those bland photos and now it puts a twist on them. And you see the black and white photos are behind it and the color are in front. And then you could take this and upload it to Facebook. You can upload it to YouTube if you want to. You can email it out to everyone who took that vacation. But Apple makes it simple, just a couple clicks of a button, and that's already ready to go.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So you've got lots of storage on here. You got plenty of RAM. You're gonna be so happy with this when you get it. Let me tell you what you get when you do order too, because we have a really cool package in it, a bundle that we have. I think it's the best bundle we've ever done. So in addition to the actual MacBook Air that you're going to get, you're also going to get one of these fancy fitted colored clip cases. And you can see how neat they are. And you also get the little keyboard it's the little panel that you lay over the keyboard.
Sure.
What do we call it?
Yeah, keyboard panel lays over the keyboard.
Yeah, that's what it's basically, but it's the same color. And you see, that lays over your keys, and the light shines through that too, because it's backlit.
Right.
And you get the earphones, the headphones to go along with it. It's such a great deal. And so, Kyle, I want to make sure I get all the colors right. Will you just run me through here? Because I know there's about 100 different ones. So this is called purple. This is just black. This one is called pink glitter.
Oh my gosh,
let me
my
tell
daughter
you,
would love
that is,
that.
yeah, you got a pink glitter MacBook Air. That's as cool as
nobody
it gets.
has. It's all silver for
This
MacBooks,
is
nice colors.
black glitter. This is rose gold, I'm saying here. We call this gold. And then this is red. You get the matching headphones. That is so neat to go with it. And then you get a couple of great bonuses with Workout Trainer and Meal Easy to go along with it.
don't forget, you also get a mouse.
Yeah. And the mouse pad thing too, so you get that as well. All this, so when you see a price like this and you realize you're getting a MacBook and they're not just giving you straight, like you go to the Apple store, you're not gonna get this bundle.
No, you're not.
You're gonna have to buy everything separately, but I don't even think they have it available.
No, they don't, and it's very expensive on that wall. Like when you go to the go to the Apple store, everything, it's like nothing's cheap on that wall.
They're all like $50 bills hanging off that wall.
Exactly.
Isn't it crazy?
And especially when you take your kids, you're like, ooh, I want to buy this. I need the headphones. I need the cover. It's nice that it has it all together.
A lot of people like going to the Apple store, and the Apple store is amazing. Yeah, agree with that. I don't want to go there. Like my son goes there, he can get lost in there for 2 hours. I'm like, really? We have our appointments in 2.5 hours. We have to wait to get in there. So the nice thing is that obviously you get our technical support, Apple's technical support. You get, and by the way, when you buy this, you get the same you get the same deal from the Apple store. Go in there.
They don't know how good of a deal you got it. Here at HSN.
They don't know where you got it.
They just know you have the MacBook Air, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'd be happy to help you out.
Right.
So if you're near one of the stores, you can absolutely be able to access the Genius Bar and get all those tutorials and all that help that's right there. They don't know how great of a deal that you bought it right here at HSN. Now, speaking of HSN, a lot of us surf on web pages, and sometimes when you're using your computer, it gets a little frustrating trying to be able to navigate through it. Well, this one has one of the fastest internet connections we've ever had because it has wireless AC. Julie had that great router just a couple minutes ago that's wireless AC, so is this one. But you're seeing as I'm swiping up and down, they changed the trackpad, the mouse pad that's built right into the keyboard. It's just a 2-finger swipe. Plus I can also pinch and zoom just by using my fingers. It makes it so much easier to be able to do it now because that trackpad is a different type of experience for you. So now as I'll show you, I'm zooming up and down the page. I can pinch in and out if I want to as well. And then it also, when you do 3 fingers like that, see how it brings up all my other programs that are running in the background? Isn't that so cool? It's so neat to be able to do, and it's like whether I'm going slow or fast, it instantly accesses that content, and now you can have so much more fun with it. I can pinch out, then come over to another web page, but I want to show you how fast this computer can be for you. Because now I'm going to go to a web page. I'm going to go to YouTube. Now, a lot of times we try to get on a website and you try to stream content. Maybe you're going to hsn.com, maybe you're going to Netflix, maybe you're going to YouTube, and it takes forever to be able to do it. Here, I just brought up YouTube. I'm probably about 10 seconds into it right now, maybe getting closer to 15 seconds. I just went from 0 web page to typing up YouTube to now going full screen, and I'm now streaming 4K content to my MacBook. But did you see a delay? Do you see any hourglass? Do you see any little spinny wheel? Absolutely not. So this is all because you have that more advanced processor, that Intel Core i5. You've got 8 gigabytes worth of memory, but you also have the fastest wireless card we've had. And look how stunning that is. Like a lot of times you get a laptop, the screen's not as sharp, the resolution isn't as sharp. This is high definition video, that HD video card from Intel. And still, I'm gonna do that 3-finger swipe again. Everything else is still running in the background, and I can bring it back down again. I can go from pause video to live video. Makes it so simple and so easy when you end up picking up a MacBook.
All right, if you want to get one today, they are on price break. I know you're like, oh, it's $100 off. It's a big deal. It's $100 off, but the bigger deal is the fact that we'll allow you to break up the payments. Because I know when you go to the Apple store, you got to plunk down the money all at once. I've done it before, and I know it hurts a little bit. It hurts a lot of it. Last time I went, it was $1,300. That was about 5 or 6 years ago. So prices have come down a little bit. But you can get it on FlexPay. Or if you prefer to get an HSN credit card, and this is, by the way, use this card on everything and anything. You get extra flex on things that are $3.99 and up. And it gives you a list of all the different things. But electronics, electronics, we used to just be electronics. Now it's some other items that are expensive. You can put it on FlexPay or VIP Pay. What that means is essentially like, I'll give you the whole pie, just pay for one slice.
I love that.
At a time. And some of the pies have 9 slices, some have 12, some have 4, 5, whatever. But you get the pie first, and you get to eat the whole dang thing, and then you don't have to pay for it till later. There's no financing charges, even though it's called financing, unless you don't pay it off in the amount of time that you have to pay it off. And that's all we ask, is that you just make your payments every single month and you're good to go. But what it does is it allows for a lot of people, Joe, the ability to get a MacBook, where you know, it might be, you know, like I said, if you're on a monthly budget and you need to pay $1,100, that's not possible for a lot of people out there. They're like, hey, that would hurt me. It's like, or you, it's like, you know, we all have, I mean, listen, I'm saving for college for Danny, all this stuff. It's like $1,100, you know, that's another mortgage payment and stuff. That's a big deal. But $122 or $183, if you use your regular credit card, might be something you can afford so you can get it home. I will tell you this, it's an investment that is worth it. It's not an indulgence. It's something that's you're gonna have for a long, long time. People don't have MacBooks for 2 years or 3 years. You know, a lot of times you buy a PC, upgrade it every 3 or 4 or 5 years, and that's just the way it is. With a MacBook, you don't have to do that. With a MacBook, you don't have to add any. You can add extra software. You can add. I mean, there are antivirus things you can get, but you don't need that. These are, you know, Apple's its own unique system, so very difficult for anything to tap into it. But it's one of those things that people absolutely love. What I love about this too, in addition to you know, all the other features Joe's talked about, is the fact that I do have the MacBook Pro. My MacBook Pro weighs about twice the weight of this. The battery life in my MacBook Pro is not very good.
12 hours there.
This is a 12-hour battery life. You know, honestly, mine's about two and a half hours, maybe.
Right.
And that's it. My MacBook pretty much spends most of the time affixed to a cable, charging when I'm not using it. And with this, if you want to use this, and by the way, this is as close to like tablet weight as you're ever going to find in any computer out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? I mean, this is what, 3 pounds?
It's 2.96 pounds to be exact. It's that super thin aluminum that really, and when you look at it from the side, it's that unbelievably thin profile that you have. Apple has a commercial out there where they lay a pencil right next to it. The pencil is the thickness of the actual MacBook Air. It's incredible, and that screen is just so vibrant and HD. It's absolutely stunning. And if you've ever had any other Apple products that are out there, whether it's been an iPhone, whether it's been an iPad, where do you go to get your apps? Well, there's an app store for that. Same app store is built into your MacBook Air. So a lot of the stuff that you've used in your existing other Apple devices, it's all right here for you. It has a different the different categories, whether it's games and productivity and movie editing, and there's Final Cut Pro. You know, so many great charts that are available for you to be able to access all that content. And one of the things that Guy mentioned, how Apple is a very safe operating system, is because it's what they call a closed operating system. When you end up buying another computer, when you buy a PC, anybody can create software for a PC. In order to create software for a Mac, it's got to go through Apple standards, and that's why you can only get software through the App Store. So they test it to make sure it's not going to mess around with the system. It really gives you that stable environment. And the other fun thing about having this is that you also end up getting, and I'm going to bring this up, this FaceTime that's included on here. And for a lot of us, you tried use FaceTime. You're gonna get in here.
Hi, Joe.
So we can use FaceTime with somebody who has any Apple product.
Yeah.
And this is a free conversation. So whether it's chatting on a phone, on a tablet, on another different Apple device, could be another Apple computer, there's FaceTime, which gives you that free instant connection, all being able to be used right there. And still, while I'm doing that, look at all the other applications that are still running at the same time. Goes back to that powerful processor that you're getting today. It's not Intel's entry level, it's the Core i5, which allows me to handle all this rigorous type of applications. And when I come back to my Launchpad, there's all the familiar stuff that I love. It's all my favorite programs, there's all my favorite applications, and they're all very familiar to me. Like Safari is right there. That's the same application, same icon, whether it's on the iPad, whether it's on your iPhone now, whether it's on your computer. Are you trying to access your email through it? It's one touch of a button, it brings up all your email that's on there. Maybe you want to make a movie. iMovie by far, so many people love iMovie because how simple it is to be able to make these home videos yourself. So now I've got my own little video clips down below. They have these different transitions, and it's literally just drag and drop. And that's how simple it is with a Mac. And then once I get my final transition in place, I can come over here, hit the play button, and now I'm watching that playback all done right there in that amazing high definition. And this is the cool thing about having this is that I've got so much storage space on here. I've got 128 gigabytes worth of space. I can store roughly about 15 hours worth of high definition video that now I can edit and turn into highlight reels that I can upload to YouTube. I can send out as an email. I can keep it on here and just continually add more and more because I've got the storage space for you. And when you end up getting the MacBook Air, it has all this other connectivity that's also available. We talk about how thin it is. A lot of times you can go thin, you lose a lot of the ports. We're still including all those connections, whether it's a memory card reader, whether it is the USB port, that's the Thunderbolt port, which is an Apple port, which gives you high-speed access to all your different content. As you swing it on over to the other side, there's another USB port that you have, and when you see it right there, there's a headphone jack. That's where you're gonna plug in those headphones that are included. It also, like, this is the charging cable. So many times you charge something up, it has to slide all the way in, and if you yank on the cable, it takes the whole laptop with it. This, it's just a magnetic closure. So if your kids run by and they break it, no problem. It's magnetic. It's designed to break right off, and that way it's not going to grab the laptop and have it fly off the table. It's the little details that Apple really puts in here to make it one of the best experiences you're going to have.
It's like when you buy a really, really, really nice car. And you start to notice the little things, and you're like,
oh, it's so
and
great
you realize that's kind of what you're paying for. I mean, there's a cachet, obviously, to Apple, but it's not unfounded. It's not empty. There's a lot of great features.
Oh,
the backlit keyboard, for instance, which we haven't even really shown yet, but is an amazing deal. When you power this up the first time, in addition to the Apple glowing in the back of your computer, which is really cool, the keyboard lights up from underneath. It's backlit. We talk about backlit screens, but this is a backlit keyboard, which when you are working in a lower light area, or even when I'm at my house, it just makes it's easier on the eyes, because it's like the difference when you're driving on a street and it's got street lights, right? It's just more comfortable for you. So that is one of the extra features. Joe just mentioned the magnetic cable. That's another. There are little things that they do that make life easier for you, and just kind of jazz it up a little bit. Let me tell you again, because I only have 5 or so minutes remaining, what your choices are and what the package is, because we're going to give you a great sort of package deal. So you get the keyboard cover, which is just a layer. It lays over the keys, fits snugly over the keys, and it keeps them not only clean, but it adds a little dimension of color too, and the light will shine through that. You get that, and you get a set of headphones to go with it, and you get the clip-on case. So now for the first time in history, basically, you can get a MacBook that's got color to it, because they never did colors. And we have these exclusive too. You can't find these colors anywhere else. It's this array of them. So purple, black, that's, believe it or not, the most popular right now. This is pink glitter. I think my producer Kyle said he might be getting this maybe for his wife, so that's a possibility there. And that comes with the pink headphones. We have black glitter, black headphones, black case or key cover. This is we're calling this rose gold, I believe.
Very
Joe?
rose gold.
That's lovely. And then a regular gold, and then red. And so all these basically just clip right on. You also get the little mouse and the little mouse pad. We give you some software to go with it. Remember, when you go to the Apple Store, all this, even if it was available, you'd have to pay extra for it. And you would pay this price, $1,100, whatever it is, or $1,200, depending on where you go, obviously. You'd spend that price and you'd have to buy everything else separately. This you get. And as I said earlier, you don't have to pay that money up front. All you have to do is basically come up with about $180. That's your down payment, and then you make 5 more payments and you own it. So we allow you to finance it without any charge. The shipping is free. Now, if you want to get it for $10 cheaper and you don't have an HSN credit card, when you get a new card, you get $10 off your first purchase, so that would make that $1,089. But we will take the 6 payments and stretch them into 9. So what that does is it turns that $180 payment into about a $120 payment. I think it's $122 exactly. So for the price of a couple tanks of gas over 9 months, you will own this, and you will have this. You finally have a MacBook.
Right.
And when you go to your meetings or you go on trips and everything else, like I said, people will look and they'll be like, That's pretty cool. It's like you're driving a fancy car, but it delivers on everything.
It does. Even the map system that's on here is so unique because, you know, what Apple's done, they took a basic map that a lot of us have used before, but they're like, well, how can we jazz this up and really put Apple's touch on it? So then they added these tours, which is really incredible. They took 3-dimensional shots of all these cities throughout the world, whether it's New York and Washington and LA, you know, places around here, and now you can fly through there, but you're seeing 3D images and video right now of New York City. A lot of computers can't handle this because they don't have the processing power. But when you look on the inside of this one, it actually has an Intel HD video card. That helps to be able to support this video playback. But then it also has 8 gigabytes worth of memory. That helps for me to run all these programs at the same time. And you see there's no hourglass, there's no hesitation, because the processor, the brain of your system today, is the Intel Core i5. Now you've heard of Apple before, an amazing company. Now, Intel is the #1 processor manufacturer on the planet. And when you step up to the i5 series, they give you things like that HD video card. That helps to give you that 3D realistic vision we just showed you right there. It also has something called rapid start technology, where it boots up the system even faster. It even has something called hyper-threading, where it virtually turns your 2 engines into 4 engines, giving yourself an extra boost of power. Now, Intel has many different levels of processors. They start off with Celeron, then they step up to Pentium series, then you step up to the Core i series. That is Intel's best that they have to offer. And when you get into this series, that's when they have things like what we're showing you right here. It's hyper-threading. Instead of going down one lane, it virtually doubles it, so it can handle twice as much information at a time, which means less hourglass for you, less waiting for you, less frustration for you, because you've added that hyper-threading technology. The other great thing about it is it does have 8 gigabytes worth of memory. That's more RAM that you're gonna need, so the more RAM you have, the more multitasking you can handle. It's got 128 gigabytes worth of space, which is a tremendous amount of space, and then it also has a very familiar ecosystem. If you've ever picked up an Apple product, whether it's been a phone, whether it's been an iPad, whether it's been a computer, I'm gonna jump back into my system just for a second. It has the launch pad. These are all the exact same applications. Like there's the App Store. That's exactly what it looks like on my phone. So does Safari, so is FaceTime, so is Messages. So when you pick up the MacBook Air, guy, it's such a familiar experience because I've already used it on my other devices.
Yeah, and honestly, if you've never owned one before, you will be absolutely blown away when you try it out for the first time, because it's got lots of great features and cool things, but it's just the way it responds, the way you don't have to babysit it, the way it takes care of a lot of the little issues that maybe you've experienced before with another computer. If you want it, it's $183.33. If you use our HSN credit card, it's $122. We give you monthly payments to make it affordable. Joe, you're coming back, right? We got
about 30 minutes.
We got the, I
have an iPad.
We have an iPad coming up, so at about like less than half the price of this. So if you are looking for that same wonderful Mac experience, we got the iPad coming. Hey, by the way, we remind you again, everything comes with protection, but if you'd like a little more, I'm talking about hassle-free 24/7 customer service, no deductibles. You can check out Protection Plus at hsn.com. And all Apple computers are on sale. So if the one that we just had did not appeal to you, check out hsn.com and see the many other options we have. Stick around. I will be right back. I'm going to head outside. We got a great way to be able to start your car or charge up your batteries whenever you need them as a backup. Be right back.
The thing I love most about shopping at HSN.
Do I have to pick just one?
I'd have to say FlexPay.
It allows me to get the things I want now
And make monthly payments.
Without any interest or fees.
I got a new mattress for the guest bedroom.
A fabulous cookware set for my sister's wedding.
and a little something just for me.
FlexPay gives me the flexibility to buy what I need now.
Without the stress of having to pay for it all at once.
And no interest.
Beat that layaway.
It's Project Central around here. With just a little imagination, some of this, a bit of that. The possibilities are endless. Whether you're just getting started or if you have a full room devoted to crafting, we have the supplies and ideas to help get it done. Say yes to crafting at HSN.
I grew up always dreaming and wanting to create things.
I see something and I see that we can make it better.
One day, the light bulb just went off. Nobody has this. They're waiting for me to invent it.
Next thing you know, you're on HSN and the whole world's hearing about it.
It just sold out.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
HSN celebrates the dreamers, inventors, and entrepreneurs who follow their hearts, helping American dreams come true.
Being here today proves anything is possible.